Productive meetings depend a lot on how much preparation the company secretary has put into them. Hi, my name is Jimmy Walabiechi, and you're welcome to Corporate Governance Africa, where we seek to promote good governance through film. In this video, we address the issue of preparing for productive board meetings. A productive board meeting is one which achieves its intended purpose, where the board is able to make informed, strategic decisions without being bogged down by administrative or operational details. In this particular episode, we consider 4 main points from a practical point of view: the goals of the meeting, managing the agenda, well-drafted minutes, and establishing meeting ground rules. In this video, we hear from Jane Okot-Pibitek Langoya. She is a leading governance professional from Uganda. Jane says that a company secretary's preparation for a board meeting may be likened to a situation room. A situation room is a strategic command and coordination center, a space where key leaders gather to assess information, to plan responses, and make critical decisions, especially in times of crisis or complex operations. In the context of corporate governance, when we use the phrase the situation room of the company secretary, we are drawing from that metaphor. It refers to the pre-meeting phase, the space where the company secretary prepares everything that the board needs for an effective or a productive board meeting. Just as the battle is lost or won in the situation room, so too the success of a board meeting is determined long before it begins. It's determined by how well the company secretary organizes, how they plan, and how they equip the board for decision making. Let's listen to Jane as she explains this analogy and highlights the key aspects of preparation for a productive board meeting. The situation room.
Just like how wars are won in the situation room where the generals are sitting and planning, that's where the war is won. Likewise, successful meetings, the success is made at the planning stage. So when you have meetings that are normally taking too long, you need to check whether you're planning well for that meeting.
Meeting goals.
Meetings should have goals. Is the goal of the meeting you're calling defined?
Agenda management.
Agenda management. One thing I've found, especially during board evaluations or board trainings, is that when meetings are too long, it's because we have added operational management issues into a board agenda. The board is supposed to concentrate on strategic level issues. So if your meeting is too long, what are you putting in that agenda? Does it have a lot of operational issues?
Board papers.
The board paper. You need, and these are things you plan before you get into the meeting. You need good board papers with evidence-based information, because decision-making of the board needs to be based on evidence. So what kind of board papers are you giving the board? And when are you giving the information? Do you give them a board paper of 40 pages at the meeting? What do you expect them to do with that? Or even if you give it to them 2 weeks ahead and it's 200 pages, who's going to read that? What are you doing to make sure your board papers are user-friendly, they're manageable, and they're able to read? In instances where the papers must be big, we advise usually have a 1-pager. We used to do what we call précis in school. I don't know whether they still do it these days. They train you how to write precisely. So on that 1 page, the top page, you have what is the issue? You describe what the issue is. Describe the options that you want the board to look at. Describe the decision that you want the board to arrive at. Then you give that to the board. Those who don't read, and we know very well, it's universal. People don't like reading board papers. But at least you help, because the meeting is where the board carries out its business. The boardroom is the board's arena for business. So how do you make it easy for them to make good decisions?
Effective board minutes.
And then having effective minutes as well, because the minutes will capture. And if there are things which you've already discussed in this meeting and it's clear in the minutes, it will not come up in the next. If there are matters arising, have they been extracted so that they are performed, the management implements, and then you're able to report back to the board. So it's an issue of planning.
Setting the ground rules.
During the meeting, agreeing on ground rules. For instance, the chair says each board member is going to have 2 minutes. Because if you are going to allow a board member who is talkative like I am to talk to the whatever ability they have, that board member might dominate the meeting, yet others still need to contribute. You have your meeting elongated. So the chair needs to control the meeting, and these ground rules are set at the beginning or part of your, could even be part of your board charter in the section relating to meetings, conduct of meetings. Each board member will be given 2 minutes to contribute, and then the chair must implement that. If you can't summarize your point in 2 minutes, then you probably would leave it out for that time.
Like a general in a situation room, the company secretary must plan, anticipate, and coordinate every detail, from the agenda to the quality of the board papers, the accuracy of the board minutes, and the management of the meeting time. But it's important to remember that the analogy of the situation room refers only to the meticulous strategic preparation of the meeting before it happens. During the meeting itself, the role of the company secretary shifts to being a key advisor and a guardian of the procedures or the processes in that meeting. It is the board chair that facilitates the collaboration and the meeting itself amongst the board members. Also, the preparation must be grounded in the partnership between the company secretary and the board chair. The board chair's leadership and control during the meeting brings application to the planning of the company secretary in the situation room. When both the company secretary and the board chair work together in the strategizing before the meeting happens, and even during the meeting as the board chair leads the meeting, the result will be a productive board meeting. In what other ways can a company secretary prepare for a productive board meeting? Thank you for watching Corporate Governance Africa, where we seek to promote good governance through film. I'm Jimmy Walabiechi, and please subscribe to our website and to our YouTube channel. See you in the next video.